Good morning. Hi, it's Carrie from Texas. How are you guys on Monday morning? I'm moving very slow today. Very, very slow. But we're going to get going here this morning. So I have done all of my prep, used my Korean skincare, put on my e.l.f. primer, and now we're going to start with my JOA concealer. I am trying to use this one up because I've had it quite a while and I just think I need to get it finished. I have two other ones that I was able to find. I bought 3 at once so I could make sure that I did have this. I actually like to use this as foundation on those days where, I know that I don't have a lot going on or have any appointments where I have to get out of the house, because it's very lightweight and it is extremely hydrating. So that's why I use it in this manner. You're probably asking yourself. It's incredibly hydrating. That is the main reason. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. It gives me really nice coverage, and it feels wonderful. It is extremely hydrating. Extremely hydrating. And at 63, I need as much hydrating as I can get, to be quite frank. Just using my sponge here to get all this blended in. I have finally, I think, found a solution for my lighting. You guys tell me. Yesterday the light, this is a new light that I have, and yesterday the light looked a little too bright. So today I have changed the settings on it to, I hope, be a little clearer, but still get a better lighting result for my videos. I hope, anyways. It seems to be better today. So we'll see. I hope so. Let me know, would you? Would somebody just shoot me back a quick note and say, yes, it's better, or no, it's still too bright or not bright enough? I am not I don't have very many good tech skills, and so I'm just sort of trying to, I don't want to spend a fortune and have a lighting consultant come in, because these little videos, this is just more a passion of mine versus a investment in trying to make money. This is just something I love to do, and I love to encourage others to take the time for themselves every day to put their best foot forward so they can get out there every day and hit a grand slam. Be as successful as you possibly can every day. Okay. Adding that is e.l.f.'s 16-hour cameo concealer in the lightest color. Sometimes I do blend these two. This one has more of a creamy base, but I do very much like this one. It gives me the brightness that I'm looking for in my concealer. Gonna get up there and really just stipple that on without pulling a whole bunch of it off. Obviously, we want it to stay where we've applied it, down on the chin area. In the nose, so we get that really bright look under the eye, and we want to make sure that we have no shadowing on the nose. When you get shadowing on the nose, that is what makes your eyes go back and not stand forward or out. So you want to make sure that that is really blended. All right, that is looking good. Okay, very good.
Book that appeared in Holland, and I was the one that revealed this, that he reported.
Movie in the background there that we don't need to have going. All right, now time for loose setting powder. This is Laura Mercier's tinted setting powder. If you follow me, you know that I do manipulate my powder a little bit. I cut it in half, find a similar size container that it arrives in. I cut it in half. I put half of it in another container, keep half in the container it arrived, and then I fill both containers up with powder. You can really use any powder you want. You could use another setting powder, you could use baby powder. I happen to use baby powder when I do it. I live here in the Houston area, so there is a lot of humidity here, and so for me, the baby powder really does help control the humidity and the shininess of my complexion, and that's my preference. I prefer a matte finish to a wet, sort of shiny finish. And there's a lot of people that say that that's wrong, you know, that at 63 you should be doing a wet, sort of shiny finish. And you know, that's their opinion. I'm not going to disagree with their opinion. I'm just going to say that for me, I'm not comfortable with that look. So if I'm not comfortable with that, I'm not going to do it, right? You want your makeup to enhance how you feel. You want to feel good about yourself. So if you're putting on products that make you feel insecure, then you're defeating the whole purpose of what you're doing. So it's just not a look that I am comfortable with. So I just continue to do what makes me comfortable, and that's to have a matte finish by using my Laura Mercier pink setting powder that I manipulate. I manipulate it to help me with control of the humidity here, but I also manipulate it because it gives me twice the amount of material that I have, twice the amount of powder, which means it's going to last me twice as long. So I'm actually helping my finances as well by splitting it into two sections and then adding additional powder. That looks good. I'm using my Laura Mercier, I'm sorry, not Laura Mercier, I'm using my Adele brow powder, and those look really good. This is the packet. It is a 4-color packet. It's lasted me a long time. Getting close to the end of it though, so I don't know if it's even still available. I hope so, but I don't know. Let's get a little bit of gloss on. This is Believe. From the dollar store. let's see. We are going to be using a burgundy color today. Let me see if I can get the right one out here. Should have gotten it already out, but I didn't. This one, okay. I'm gonna be using burgundy because I'm wearing blue and burgundy. We're just gonna stick with burgundy though today, one color. And I'm using my little Tartlet palette. I did notice on TikTok Shop, actually, there are some new palettes out from Tarte. They're much bigger than these. I think they're much more expensive than these, and I think they're doing them in a full set. In other words, you buy, I think you can buy 3. I'm not 100% sure about that, but if you like Tarte and you're wanting some, you know, additional shadows from them, check the TikTok Shop, because I did see them on yesterday. I saw several people talking about these new, much bigger palettes that are available on the TikTok Shop. So they're a great, you know, Tarte, in my opinion, has one of the best formulas on the market. Tarte and ColourPop, I would say, are the premier eyeshadow palette companies. Their formulas are just spectacular. They go on beautifully, they last all day, they're blendable. The saturation is spectacular. Like this color right here is just beautiful. It's sort of a browny, burgundy, very beautiful color that leans towards the burgundy. That's what I'm looking for today. Let's get that all the way on there. That looks really nice. And we're going to come back with the lighter color that I put on first, just to get a little bit right here, a little lightness in the corner like I like. This just helps to accentuate and grab the light. So just doing the very inner corner. And then we're going to pick up sort of the dark burgundy color. I'll show you the colors here in a second. For down on the lower lid, just follow the outline of your eye. You could do the same thing here if you wanted to use a wet liner. Oops. A wet liner. Just taking in, we're following the actual lash line and outlining the natural shape of your eye. Beautiful. Now, we do need, okay, so here's the colors that I used first. This one on the lid, then this one all over in the corner. I did this one first everywhere. Then I did this one on the lid and up through the transitional area. Then I came back through and I used this one to do my highlighting. Let's keep that out in case I need it again. Where is my, let's pick up some fallout. Now there's hardly any fallout from Tarte products, and that is another reason I do love the Tarte products, is there's very, very little fallout normally. Just coming under the eye, and we're really making sure that we've got that bright under eye by using my setting powder. And today I'm using my Perfect Pour Pink Pack from Amazon. I have run out of my Revlon, and they did not have my color when I went the other day, so this is a Revlon lipstick, and it is number 463 Sassy Mauve, one of my favorites. And now let's come in with Water Brat blush. Love this blush. Just got a background light that cut off there. Let me get that out and back on. Love this blush. So beautiful because it has this natural highlighting flakes in it, which I find are just really, really pretty. Okay, before we get to mascara, let's just dip our brush. And we're just gonna make sure that that's all really blended and looks porcelain. Get that look that I'm after without touching the brows. Okay. Let's go in today with our L'Oreal Panorama in black is my mascara. I love it because the wand is very small, get into very small spaces. It's very hard. It doesn't have any give back on it, which I like because I can control what I'm doing much better with that. And I'm putting on my glasses because I just cannot see. I think I've definitely had a change in my prescription. And so I'm having real trouble seeing what I'm doing. So I got to get my glasses. I have to do this with glasses or else I just can't do it. I make a mess. It goes everywhere. So we're just taking it and filling in. I do have some lashes finally coming back. They are very slow though. I think that's probably because I'm now 63 and they're going to come back even slower as you get older. We know that. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, you know what? I did not curl. So I'm going to do just one coat right here. I'm going to let these dry. And then off camera, I will come back in and do another coat. I forgot to curl them. So it's going to take me a few minutes to fix this now. So just do one coat here. And let it dry really well, and then we'll come back in and I will curl and reapply, but I will do that off camera. You guys don't need to waste your time with that. Because as you can see, when I put on mascara, you can barely see my lashes. You gotta curl them or it just doesn't, you can't see them. So many blessings, guys, on this Monday. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful support and your words of encouragement and your replies, your comments. I so appreciate that. I do want to hear from you. I have started to change and add some content as you've asked me to do. I hope you're enjoying those. Doing some fashion and just daily, you know, input with other things that are going on, just to make some additional content as you guys have asked me to do. So let me know what you're thinking about that. we are in the middle of a remodel upstairs, so I'm going to do a whole video when my husband gets to the next stage of that remodel so you can see it. I've had a few people ask me about that, so maybe that can help some people that are also in the middle of a remodel. We do everything DIY when we can to save money, because so much of the costs today are labor, and so we try to do things on our own when we can. That's LA Colors Cocoa Shimmer. I just wanted a little bit darker look, and I'm gonna blot that a little bit because it's kind of running a little bit this morning, which I don't like. So I'm gonna blot. That's better. And then add my Cocoa Shimmer back. That's much better. I don't like it when my lipstick runs everywhere. It's like, anyways, different subject for a different day. Many blessings on this wonderful Monday. I hope it's a fabulous week. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me as we got ready this morning. You're worth it. Take the time to put yourself together every day. Time for you, so you can be your best every day. Get out there and hit a grand slam and be the very best that you can be. You are worth it. So take the time every day to put yourself together so you can be ready for those all-important first impressions that only come along one time and you never get them back again. So don't waste the opportunity when it does come along. Because you know what? It could change your life, right? It could change your life in 10 seconds. It could change the trajectory of your life and where you're going. So be prepared for it. Give yourself time every day to be the best that you can be. Put your best foot forward. It makes me feel like I'm ready for the day when I take the time to put my makeup on, put myself together, so I can put my very best foot forward at all times. And that's what I'm here to help you do too. God bless. Have a spectacular day wherever you are. Be safe. It's a hot summer. Travel with water, and always let your loved ones know where you are, just in case you have an emergency and you need some help. God bless. We'll see you the next time. Have a great Monday. This is Carrie from Texas. We'll see you soon.